What's happening, everybody? So for the past few years, DC Comics has absolutely been crushing it with their storytelling, the dynamicness of their books and their characters, and the launch of the Absolute line. And just recently, this past week, they gave us a tease of what to look forward to with the Absolute world and the primary universe. Everybody's been waiting on a tie-in, a crossover, something, and there's been little hints at it. And today we have our first official look at what that is starting to look like. We're going to get into all of it. Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark. Let's go. Before we go any farther, I want to remind everybody, go back a few videos ago. I've got my epic summer giveaway video up celebrating this July with Jurassic Park, Superman, and Fantastic Four. It is a huge month for fandom, so there's a giveaway open for any and everybody right now. Go get in that before it's too late. Tons of prizes, tons of way to enter. You don't want to miss out on it. So let's get into it. DC loves doing things like giving us little timelines lists. And ever since the whole little multiverse thing happened, things can get a little confusing. And what better way to keep up with it than a good old-fashioned timeline? And just this week, they posted this right here. The DC All-In saga continues. And with this timeline, it starts us at Absolute Power, which was the last big summer event. And it takes us all the way forward through the DC All-In special, the recreation of the Justice League with Justice League Unlimited, and then slap dab in the middle is where we currently are right now with We Are Yesterday. We're on part 4 of 6 of that little crossover story happening in the pages of World's Finest and Justice League Unlimited. And coming soon, we have the next issue of Superman that'll be leading us into what's called the Legion of Darkseid. And that is where we're at right now. The Legion of Darkseid, the Legion themselves, has really been the only connected fiber we have from the Absolute world and the main continuity universe. And if you don't know what exactly the Absolute world is, it goes back to the DC All-In special. This one shot right here was a flip book. One half of it was the main continuity universe, where it was just the Justice League getting back together, and you see them fight Darkseid, who has taken the Spectre spirit and forged it into himself, so he's even more powerful. And in an event, in the fight with them, he, air quotes here, died. But what he really did, he found his true purpose. In this multiverse, there is one anomaly, and that's Darkseid. There's only ever one of him. He's the physical embodiment of death, and he found his true power in a way to take advantage of that. And that was by dying at the hands of the Justice League with the Spectre attached to him. And what he did, he didn't actually die. He took his essence and he created and became the Absolute world. So we haven't seen him in physical form since, but his essence is the Absolute world, which was on the second half of this book right here. And this book, both ends of it, when you read it, leads to one big teasing splash page slap dab in the middle of the Legion of Darkseid themselves. And this is a legion of superheroes just on the Absolute world. They're all rocking the Omega symbol. And if you're not too familiar with them, they go way back to the Silver Age and Adventure Comics number 247. They're an intergalactic team of superpowered teenagers and young adults active in the 30th and 31st century. So it's Superboy that went to the future, met up with these heroes that keep Superman on a pedestal and have fun adventures with him. There's been a short-lived animated show. There's been an animated feature film about them. It's a group of characters and a team that was wildly popular for so long, and then they kind of just don't really do much with them now. In recent years, all we really had was like a 12-issue series that Bendis did, and then there's plans to do stuff with them that just don't really come to fruition. So it's kind of cool seeing them brought into this, because they're those characters that are just slept on and they're sitting on the bench just waiting to be used. So now here we are, using them in a huge way with some of the most widely popular comic books dropping every month. The Absolute Comics have been dominating the charts. So far, since the All-In special, we've had the Absolute line running and the primary universe running kind of parallel to each other. But in the pages of Superman issue number 23, after the events of the fight with Time Trapper / Doomsday, we saw this tease page at the end with Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, the Legion of Darkseid, popping up at the end of time speaking with Doomsday. And that was just a little tease. And we wouldn't see him again until the Summer of Superman special one-shot, where, Validus kind of was fighting Superman, going through time portals. It was kind of just a special issue to showcase Superman in this this reading initiative they're doing to time out perfectly with the movie, with the new series starting, a lot of stuff happening with Superman stuff. Just kind of his books are kind of rising in popularity again, as they should. So it's kind of like a time setter. Come jump on, check this out, get primed up for what's coming this summer with the movie and everything. It was a story talking and showing Superman kind of as a Superboy, then as an adult, and it kind of just connected the story with Valid is here, a Legion villain, kind of popping through a time portal and him having to fight him in Smallville, ultimately to be nabbed by the Legion of Darkseid that were mad that he kind of got out and don't want to ruin Darkseid's plans for this timeline. And they said, maybe we can feed him to our prisoner. And they gave us the big teaser on the end. Booster Gold has been kidnapped by the Legion of Darkseid since that DC All-In special. He's the only character so far to go from the primary universe to the absolute universe. So they've teased us stuff along the way, but they gave us that official timeline now. And we know in the pages of Superman, they're going to be telling the story, which is to their strength. They're not really doing these big disruptive summer movie style events in DC Comics right now. They did Absolute Power. You have all the tie-ins to all your ongoing titles. Then they did this all-in initiative, which is a great jumping on point for new readers. New creative teams took over titles. They've expanded their line with tons of miniseries and stuff. And a lot of readers, myself included, don't really feel like this is a great time to interrupt the flow of that. Your sales are going good. People are jumping on. The hype train is building. The last thing you need is an epic style summer event that it's like 7-12 issues, multiple tie-ins on all your main titles. It disrupts the readers. So what they're doing is a story inside the pages of Superman itself that will be diving into the Legion of Darkseid, starting with Superman 28. Since the start of the All-In, Darkseid's Legion has stalked the DC Universe, and now they finally attack Superman. What is this Legion's deadly mission, and how does it kick off the next phase of All-In? Don't miss out on the crucial issue that sets up a massive event for Superman and the DC Universe. And it'll be continuing right along in issue number 29, where Superman and an impossible ally search the future for the lost Legion of superheroes. What happened to it? And can it help in the battle against Darkseid's Absolute Legion? So there's a couple things to take away there. Obviously, this Legion is not the one from the primary universe, but they are looking for them. They're missing. They're lost. Where are they? We really haven't seen them since the end of Jeff Johns' little 12-issue run on Justice Society of America before Lemire took it right back over. And that was one of the times when they had plans for the Legion, and then it kind of didn't come to fruition. That was less than a year ago even. But the main Legion is missing. So is this the primary Legion? Is this the Absolute World Legion? We don't really have all the surefire answers in that. But one thing we do know, we got a little tease from the solicitations that we have the upcoming Justice League Dark Tomorrow featuring Booster Gold, who's currently kidnapped by the Legion of Darkseid. So clearly he's going to make it out of there. And this, I don't know how much it'll be a direct continuation from it or how it'll be tied in. This is a one-shot special leading into it. I don't know if it's going to continue to be a miniseries or what, but a mysterious quantum quorum. There's a time Armageddon happening, a quantum Armageddon happening, but has emerged, stalked by a lethal enemy that takes no prisoners. The Justice League Unlimited is going to deputize a ragtag group of time-displaced heroes, including Batman Beyond, Helena Wayne, fan favorites, Gold Beetle, created by Jeremy Adams inside of his Flash run, amazing character. And they're going to have to save the quorum from the mysterious threat. So they're clearly filling out this run some more. They're clearly keeping a tight continuity. They're clearly kicking butt and taking names right now. And this is going to service a bigger thing. Fans are waiting for that ultimate crossover between the Absolute World and the primary DC Universe. Myself, I'd rather wait even longer before we get it. The things are going so well at Absolute. Things are going so well in the main. I'd rather keep this ball rolling and maybe just do these little dip our toes in. You know, we have the Legion of Darkseid pops up and then let it lie for a while. Let it lie. But I don't think they are, because if we go back to our timeline and we follow it past the Legion of Darkseid, we see in fall 2025, we have an Omega symbol there. Well, September is fall, at least the latter half of it. And September has a Legion of Darkseid. So what is that directly following it with the Omega symbol? Hope they don't do that crossover. I don't know if I'm ready to see the physical manifestation of Darkseid back yet. I like this knowing this entity is out there, that this world is crafted by him. And I was on the fence waiting to see Absolute Spectre. Darkseid bonded with the Spectre. He went and ripped it from Jim Corrigan and took on the Spectre, forced it into himself. It was a unconsensual bonding of the wrath of God and Darkseid himself. to create that event that happened. So what happened to the Spectre? We've been waiting to find out. I've been waiting to find out. Here recently, this past week in Green Lantern issue number 23, we did catch up with the Spectre. He is untethered from Jim Corrigan. That is confirmed. And in this issue, he was wanting Hal Jordan to retether with him, so he has somebody or something there. So the Spectre is not still tied to Darkseid, and that little information was given in Green Lantern. So why isn't there more to that? I want to see Spectre involved in that event. That should be like the big brouhaha to go after Darkseid. I think he needs his revenge for that. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Are you picking up and reading Superman stuff going on right now? Are you following the Absolute lines? Probably so. Most people are. If you're following the Absolute books, you're going to want to pick up these couple issues of Superman and consider going back and keeping up with them, because a lot of stuff for the big continuity is happening inside the pages of the Man of Steel. You don't want to miss out. That's going to do it for today's video. I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that join button, become a channel member, get all kinds of cool perks, including exclusive invites to streams, early access to content, your name on special giveaway wheels that'll also be included in the big summer giveaway. And don't forget to check out the links in the description. I got some fantastic resources, including channel sponsor Big Time Collectibles, JustinComicx Cleaning and Pressing. And if you need a shop to pick up comic books at and you don't have one, you can set up a mail-in pull list with ABX Comics and Games. That's my local comic shop. Best of the best. They do a mail-in list. You get free shipping on any orders over over $100. So if you set up a pull list with them, get those books coming your way, save on some shipping. Fantastic shop. That's going to do it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Until the next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.